Good evening. When Aidan was talking about the notional Mary in the rural area, we have a real Mary, and I think most people in the room would know my neighbour Mary Lee, who will be 101 in May. And broadband was coming to our area, and Cersei or Air or whoever came to the door, and they were selling the broadband, and Mary said, "Well, I've lasted this long without it, I think I'll be okay." So Mary is very much like the person that Dara was talking about. She has lived that simple, very wholesome life. There's herself, her dog and her donkey. And I am going to apply to Leitrim County Council to build a car park, because the number of people who come rambling to that house, she wouldn't have time to switch on an iPad if she had one, because everybody loves her. She is our queen, and she is our matriarch here in North Leitrim. Speaking of great women, Adrienne Diamond should be here this evening, and Adrienne is from a group called Windaware Dromahair. Dromahair is a village, 25 kilometres from here, and they are under threat of a huge wind farm development. And on Board Planola have refused planning permission, but the company involved has appealed that, and it's now going to the High Court. So if they haven't spent enough time on it so far, now they have to go to this. Adrienne has a family emergency, so couldn't be here, and she was bitterly disappointed. I said, "Adrienne, what would you like me to say on your behalf?" So she sent me this, and I'm just going to read this piece. Communities throughout Ireland have been promised updated guidelines for the last 8 years. The wind industry developers are exploiting the outdated 2006 guidelines. We are driven by our convictions. A solution to renewable energy has to be found. More and even larger giant industrial wind turbines are not suitable for our Leitrim landscape. There are solutions for renewable energy and reducing emissions and a way forward that is in line with a just transition for our environment and our communities. So this is what Adrienne has said about their work that they're doing in their community in Dromahair. But that is the voice of all of us who are doing this sort of thing. I'm working with Save Blue Mountain. That's a mountain just northeast of here, about 5 kilometres, and the company wants to put 18 giant turbines, 185 metres. So think of the Dublin Spire, and they're even higher. And like most wind farms in Leitrim, this is an upland bog, a really good carbon sink. So this is crazy stuff that's going on in lots of rural Ireland. Our group we're working on a paper, and the title of it I think says it all: a no regrets blueprint for just climate action in Ireland. The amount of regret that goes on when we do things wrong. And Jacinta referred to the different organisations. I mean, there's more environmental organisations here in North Leitrim than you can point sticks at. What if we weren't doing that? What if all that energy from Save Leitrim, Save Blue Mountain, Windaware Dromahair, Treasure Leitrim, Love Leitrim, and this is like in a small town, in this area of population of 2,000 people. Multiply that by every rural community in Ireland and across the globe that's doing this. The wonderful people in this room, what if all our energy could be going into something positive, not trying to stop something that's come about from bad policy in our government. So, it's crazy. Just on our particular one, because I'm more aware of that, is we are in a biodiversity crisis, and we want to dig up upland bog. And Ireland, and Leitrim especially, is very wet. We have landslides when nothing's happening. What are we going to have when there's 300 cubic metres of concrete going into the base of every one of these turbines? It just actually makes no sense. we have landslides, rock stability. The guidelines that Adrienne referred to there, the government came up with these guidelines, and they are only guidelines, in 2006 when a big turbine was 85 metres. The ones they want to put up here are 185. So the guidelines were the set off from houses, how far they should be. If the bloody turbine fell now, it would fall on your house because the guidelines, make no sense. I was part of a group, so there is a countrywide organisation called SEPA, which is all of us people who are battling turbines in the wrong place. We're not battling turbines, we're battling them in the wrong place. So we all came together, we marched in the Dáil, we wore the t-shirts, and we were promised, this is May of 24, those guidelines which are being developed for the last 10 years. We haven't heard another thing about it. Again, we've talked about AI, we've talked about data centres. In Leitrim we already have 120 turbines on our hills, and we're producing a survey that Aidian's organisation did some years ago. We're producing about 70% of the energy that we would consume in Leitrim. But where's any extra energy going to go? It's going to go to data centres. So, going back to the degrowth, we're all going to have to become Mary Lees and stop consuming. My background is food science, and I'm the person, that holds up everybody in the supermarket when I'm reading the ingredients. And now that my sight isn't so good, I have to put off and on the glasses. But we're eating an awful lot of stuff that isn't for human consumption. It's just because it's mass produced, and we can, if you ate real ice cream, and then you ate processed ice cream, it's processed so that it doesn't melt and form icicles and taste bad. But it's all about, it really all comes back to our consumption, our consuming, and our need for degrowth. Sorry about the croaky voice. Okay, thank you very much.